Jackie thinking that Ryan is jealous that she went on that date was hilarious. The guy's sitting there praying to the Mafs gods that he gets another chance to go with that other girl and gets away from her and her 24 personalities. Mafs Australia, Tuesday the 25th of March, episode 35. It's the second day where the couples get to choose if they want to go out on a date with another potential match. It was so blatantly obvious that Adrian was going to go, so if Athena hadn't went, she would have looked like a dick. I'm really bad with names, but the only reason I remember that the girl he was paired up with was Max is because when she asked, he says it was Max and she's like, oh, that's a really shit name. So obviously that's kind of what Karina done when Paul was talking about dating her sister and she was being defensive and she was saying nasty things. So, you know, that wasn't very nice. But she was emotional, so what can you do? Adrian, as we know, is an absolute fucking child. And she feels bad for going on this date. Why did you feel bad? We all knew that he was going to go on this date. He doesn't give a fuck about her. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody apart from himself. The guy that she met seemed really nice, but let's be honest. They all seem really nice when you first meet them. They all met at the weddings and they all looked as if they were going to go on, and then it all went downhill. So you can't really judge anything on a first meeting. At least that guy was saying that he was willing to move and stuff, and she's obviously missed out on a potentially nice guy. When the lassie came to meet him, I was like, run! Run, Max! Get your ass out of there, you can do better. Athena was obviously feeling really guilty about even choosing to go on this date, and she was crying. He wasn't giving a fuck, he's like, oh, what's one more challenge? Where was that attitude we need to write Athena a letter and he couldn't even do that? Do you know what? He probably can't even fucking write. That was the real reason for it. She was trying to explain to him with all the power that she had in her soul. There's a problem here. If you want to go out on a date with someone and I want to go out with someone, there's a problem. And he's like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I don't care. Aye, that means that there's a problem, Adrian. Oh, it means you failed the task. He exhausts me. The sooner she gets away from him, the better. Dave and Jamie. I'm not surprised that Dave didn't go on this date. I was quite surprised that Jamie went. But she was saying, oh, it's not a date, I'm just going to go and meet the person. I'm just curious. But we can't be hypocrites here. We can't attack Paul for going out on a date and then say, oh, it's alright, Jamie was just curious, because he says that he was just curious as well. I mean, when they were asking Paul and he's like, oh, I don't know, rubbing his hands together and all that like a pure skis bag. But then when Jamie was going, she's like, oh, I'm just nosy. But you can't justify it, do you know what I mean? She still tried to go out on a date with somebody else. She ended up getting stood up, which, I mean, they left her sitting there all day. You'd think the person would have phoned in advance. Honestly. You'd be like, I hope that something drastic's happened to that person, because they've left me sitting there all day like a fucking dick. Anyway, she went back and she told Dave, and he was like, oh, I'm not really bothered. Do you know what I mean? And he took it well. And I genuinely don't think that there was any malice in her trying to meet this guy, but again, we can't have double standards. It can't be one rule for the man and another rule for the woman, so she was in the wrong. Over the past few episodes, I really feel like we've had a chance to meet all 24 of Jackie's personalities. The past 3 episodes in particular, where Jackie actually likes Ryan. This is the first time that personality's shown up. Once that one came out, the one that loves him came out, she's like, oh, do you know what? Step aside him. I've loved him since the moment we met. Then the one that likes him, she's like, I'm coming to the surface again. I'm going to write him a list. Watch this. We got to see the personality where Jackie meets somebody and they actually like them and they're flirtatious. And they're like, oh, do you like books? That's so cool. So after the last episode where Jackie went to see Ryan and she's like, oh, I've loved you from the moment we met. I accept you. And all that, right? It was like, I think it was a shock to everybody's system. Then in this episode when she's like, I would do anything to be with Ryan. I would do anything. I would break my back. I want to be with him. But then she still went out on the date, so that's not really doing anything to be with somebody. We need to start naming our personalities because I feel like it's a bit impersonal. So she goes out on a date with this guy who I thought was actually like not bad looking. They seemed to have a lot in common, and I was just sitting there thinking, you had a lucky escape. Put a lottery ticket on, mate, because you could have been paired up with her. You could have been paired up with them, all of them together. I would love to know if that guy has been watching Mafs and just been sitting there with his pals like that. That could have been me. Thank fuck I didn't get picked. Now, well, I don't like Ryan. The girl that he went out on the date with seemed really nice. They seem to have a lot in common. And obviously she's like, I want to go to Japan. And he's like, whoa. This is it. This could be the real thing. And he's talking about his sword and all that. And she's like, oh, I think you're quite geeky. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having interest. I don't mind geeky people. I can be quite geeky myself. And I actually think that she was a much better match. And she didn't have crazy eyes. And I bet you if she did have multiple personalities, there was only like 3 or 4. So Ryan's like, oh, I don't think Jackie's got to where to go. I think she really wants to make it up to me. She's really like trying to get back with me and show me like she likes me. No, she's out on a date with another guy. And not only is she out on a date with another guy, she's like, oh, I'm out of this experiment in 10 days. He's a text. What I was absolutely pissing myself at is that on her own videos on TikTok, somebody had says, oh, do you take part in an experiment? And she's like, oh, I did take part in an experiment because I just thought Ryan wasn't at. Bitch, the day before you were greeting telling him you loved him for the moment you met him. Maybe her and her personalities should like get together at a table in her mind and be like, ah, guys, can we agree on something? Even one thing. That would be great. So they come back and she's like, oh, why do you want to know about him? Are you jealous? He's so jealous. And he's like, no, I'm not jealous. In his head he's thinking, I'm not jealous. I'm fucking raging that I could have been with somebody who's not got crazy eyes and who's not a crazy person, and I could have actually had a chance at love. So no, I'm not jealous. Then Jackie pulls out her list. Jackie's list was absolutely hilarious. Keep in mind that she's just got another guy's number. And she's like, oh, I wrote this list, right? And Ryan's like, here we go. Have you ever heard such words like... See, when she says it, I was like, she reads a lot of books, right? She must read a lot of romance books. I know she says she doesn't like non-fiction. So she must read like true romance novels. When she said, you've got great posture, I was like, shit. Here I was thinking the whole time that she didn't like him. But she's actually been like walking about the street with him thinking, he's got excellent posture. Why have they been arguing? Like, I very rarely get emotional over Mafs, right? But then see when she says, you've got great expressions. So, fuck. I've just done my skincare. I'm going to have to do my skincare again because I'm tearing up here. Great, you've got great expressions. Holy fuck. She makes jewellery, right? But actually, she should probably like start making Valentine's cards. Those fuckers will be emotional. So I thought tomorrow was the last episode, but tomorrow's the last dinner party, and then it's going to be final vows. And I'm interested to see what she's going to say because she's been constantly saying he's abusing her, and she's like reported him to the police and all this. And I've been watching this body language expert who says that he thinks that she's kept him around so that she can basically rip him to bits at the final vows. So that'll be interesting to see. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. Were you brought to tears by Jackie's list? Shit, she's got away with words. But I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.